Welcome to V News Daily Bulletin. I'm Bảo Trung from Hanoi, and coming up next are our top stories.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng holds talks with Belgian counterpart Charles Michel. Grand meeting celebrates the 40th National Day of Laos. World Bank forecasts Vietnam's GDP growth likely to reach 6.5% this year.
State President Trương Tấn Sang hosted a reception in Hanoi on December 2nd for Giang Byong-yu, head of the Supreme Public Prosecutor's Office of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, who is on a working visit to Vietnam.
President Sang spoke highly of cooperation outcomes between the Supreme Public Prosecutor's Office and the Supreme People's Procuracy of Vietnam. He noted his wish that the two sides would work harder to actualize their commitments and arrangements, thus elevating relations between the two sectors and countries. The Vietnamese party and state will create optimal conditions for the two agencies to strengthen their coordination, he promised. Giang Byong-yu pledged to do his utmost to promote the traditional friendship between the two countries and peoples. The official used the occasion to inform his host about his country's socio-economic situation and its future course of development. He thanked the Vietnamese people for their support for the East Asian country during its national construction.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng held talks with his Belgian counterpart Charles Michel in Brussels on December 2nd. Our reporters will bring more details. During the talks, the two prime ministers held that Vietnam-Belgium relations are developing fruitfully and agreed on a range of measures to strengthen the bilateral relationship in politics, economic cooperation, culture, education, training, science and technology. They noted with pleasure the development of trade and investment ties, with two-way trade hitting $2.3 billion in 2014 and $1.6 billion in the first 9 months of this year. However, the flow of Belgian investment into Vietnam remains modest, with 59 projects worth $420 million. Prime Minister Dũng and Prime Minister Michel stressed the need to foster relations between Vietnam and the EU, as well as urging the Union to soon accomplish the approval of the Partnership Cooperation Agreement and sign the European Union-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement. They held that Vietnam and Belgium should coordinate closely and support each other at multilateral forums such as the UN, ASEAN, ASEM, and Francophonie. Hosts and guests also exchanged views on international and regional issues. Prime Minister Michel affirmed that Belgium backs the peaceful settlement of disputes in the East Sea on the basis of international law, the UN Charter, and the 1982 UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. The same day, Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng had a meeting with Belgium's President of the Chamber of Representatives Siegfried Brack, where they discussed bilateral ties as well as international and regional issues of mutual concern. Both leaders voiced their pleasure at the positive development of Vietnam-Belgium cooperative relations in various fields, including the cooperation between the two parliaments. For his part, President Brack congratulated Vietnam's achievements in socio-economic development and international integration, stressing that the Belgian Chamber of Representatives has paid due attention to improving and expanding cooperative ties with Vietnam. At a later meeting with Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng, President of the Belgian Senate Christine Defrane emphasized that the Vietnamese leaders' visit and the outcomes of the earlier talks between the two prime ministers indicate the close political relations between Vietnam and Belgium. Hosts and guests held that Vietnam and Belgium need to fully exploit their strengths, effectively implement joint projects, and tap potentials in economics, trade, investment, education, training, science, technology, and adaptation to climate change. A grand meeting was held in Hanoi on December 2nd to celebrate the 40th National Day and the 95th birthday of late President Kaysoni Phongvihane of Laos. National Assembly Chairman Nguyen Sinh Hung congratulated the Lao People's Revolutionary Party and Lao people on their achievements over the past 4 decades. He said he believes that the Lao Party will continue leading its people to successfully implement the national construction and protection and firmly advance to socialism. The top legislator expressed his deep gratitude to President Kaysoni Phongvihane for his contributions to building and nurturing the special solidarity and friendship between Vietnam and Laos. Lao Ambassador to Vietnam Thong Savang Phongvihane said the time-honored friendship, special solidarity and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Laos, which was founded by late Presidents Kaysoni Phongvihane and Ho Chi Minh, have become an invaluable asset of the two nations. He took this occasion to thank the Vietnamese party, state and people for their support and assistance given to Laos in the past as well as at present. A photo exhibition entitled Vietnam-Cuba, 55 Years of Solidarity and Cooperation was launched at the Vietnam News Agency headquarters in Hanoi on December 2nd. The event is held to celebrate the 55th anniversary of the two countries' diplomatic relations. On display are 55 color and black and white photos by Vietnam News Agency reporters capturing milestones in Vietnam-Cuba relations over the past 55 years. Visitors are also offered a glimpse of Cuba's landscapes and people through the exhibited photos. Addressing the opening ceremony, Cuban Ambassador to Vietnam Herminio Lopez Diaz recalled the 55-year history of friendship between the two countries. He also stressed the significant role played by the Vietnamese and Cuban people, diplomats and journalists, particularly Vietnam News Agency staff, in deepening the bilateral relationship. For his part, Vietnam News Agency Deputy General Director Lê Duy Chuan stated that the Vietnam News Agency has worked hard to contribute to developing Vietnam-Cuba ties by its news products. He expressed his gratitude for Cuba's support for the activities of the agency's correspondents and the publication of news and Vietnam pictorial in Spanish in the country. The exhibition will run through December 12. The World Bank has forecast that Vietnam's GDP growth is likely to reach 6.5% this year, as the country's economy has well weathered the recent turbulence in the external environment. In its latest report released on December 2nd, the World Bank said stronger domestic demand, robust export performance, low inflation, and improved confidence have enabled Vietnam to create firmer foundations for mid-term growth. It is a good time for Vietnam to solidify macroeconomic stability and rebuild policy buffers through decisive efforts to rein in fiscal imbalances and tackle remaining vulnerabilities in the banking sector. On the external front, Vietnam's export performance remains strong, with a total export turnover increasing by 9.2% from the same period last year, mostly thanks to strong growth of manufacturing exports, especially high-tech products such as cell phones, electronics, and computers. The medium-term outlook for Vietnam remains positive, with growth projected to be maintained and inflation expected to remain low. However, slow restructuring progress poses risk to medium-term growth prospects, while delays in fiscal tightening could undermine sustainability of public debt. According to simulations conducted by the World Bank, the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement could add as much as 8% to Vietnam's GDP, 17% to its exports, and 12% to its capital stock over the next 20 years. The environmentally friendly E5 petrol has been sold across the country since December 1st. More in the following report.
The E5 grade biofuel, which has 5% ethanol and 95% petrol, is offered at a price which is 500 Vietnam dong lower than that of unleaded RON 92. So far this year, E5 petrol has been sold at 7 cities and provinces, including Hanoi, Da Nang, Cần Thơ, and Ho Chi Minh City, in addition to Quảng Nam, Quảng Ngãi, and Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu.
E5 biofuel is environmentally friendly and is a good product for vehicles. Some months ago, this kind of petrol was not popular, but now it is sold at many petrol stations. I have used E5 and its quality is not worse than unleaded petrol. Now E5 is sold widely and it is easy for consumers to buy it. Our city is quite small and it is not good to let it be polluted. This kind of petrol helps reduce pollution and its price is not expensive.
There are 3 E5 petrol processors, including the Vietnam National Oil and Gas Group, the Vietnam National Petroleum Group, and the Petrol Vietnam Oil Corporation. Petrolimex plans to expand the retail sale of E5 fuel at all of its petrol stations nationwide. Meanwhile, Petrol Vietnam has 359 E5 petrol retail stations in 52 cities and provinces nationwide. The group has processed a total output of 80,000 cubic meters of E5 petrol per year, which is enough supply for its distribution system. By the end of this year, Petrol Vietnam's petrol stations in 8 cities and provinces will sell only E5 petrol. It will sell biofuel products at around 90% of its petrol stations in the remaining cities and provinces by the end of 2016.
Vietnam is home to 6.7 million people with disabilities. However, most of them still find it difficult to travel as the country's public transport system is failing to meet their demand.
This entrance is designed for people with disabilities. However, such disabled-friendly facility is rare in Hanoi. Most of them are luxury apartments, hotels, or newly built business centers.
We face difficulties when traveling. Public facilities should include ways that can be easily accessible by disabled people.
A meeting in response to International Day for Persons with Disabilities in Hanoi on December 2nd heard that by 2020, all public works must be built to be easily accessible by persons with disabilities.
Almost all infrastructure facilities are not user-friendly. They should be rebuilt with the support of the community in order to make it easier for people with disabilities to travel.
Vietnam officially ratified the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities in 2014. This is an important legal basis affirming the country's commitment to protecting and implementing disabled people's rights.
The 19th Vietnam Film Festival kicked off at Hòa Bình Theatre in Ho Chi Minh City under the theme Vietnam's Cinema, Ethnicity, Humanity, Innovation and Integration.
In his opening remarks, Deputy Minister of Culture, Sports and Tourism Vương Duy Bin said this year's festival will be an opportunity for Vietnam to promote its innovative film industry imbued with national identity and honor outstanding individuals devoted to the industry's development. In its 62-year history, the cinema has played a significant role in introducing the country's culture and landscapes to the world, he added. A highlight of this year's event was free screenings of 33 films in Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi and Da Nang from November 18 to 24. Works competing in the festival are divided into 4 main categories: feature films, video films, documentaries, scientific films and animation. The 18th Vietnam Film Festival was held in 2013.
And that has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thank you for your attention. For more information, please log on to our website at www.vietnamplus.vn. We'll see you soon.